There's a fascinating paradox in love and intimacy. Men often believe they need to do more to be loved, when in truth, what women crave most is not performance, but presence. The kind of presence that makes her feel seen without having to explain herself, desired without needing to perform, safe without losing the spark of excitement. The subtle art of emotional attunement is perhaps one of the most overlooked yet deeply transformative aspects of intimacy. It is not about grand displays of affection or perfectly chosen words, but about being fully present in a way that makes another person feel truly seen. Emotional attunement is when you begin to notice the quiet signals, the slight shift in tone, the fleeting glance, the subtle hesitation in her breath, and respond not from logic, but from awareness. It is the ability to feel what she feels without losing yourself in it, to connect with her experience rather than trying to fix or control it. For many men, this concept can seem abstract because they are conditioned to show love through action, by solving problems, providing stability, or offering solutions. Yet what most women crave in moments of vulnerability is not a solution but resonance. They long for someone who can meet them where they are emotionally, not rush them past it. When a woman feels emotionally attuned to, she experiences safety, not in the physical sense but in the emotional landscape of the relationship. It tells her that she can express her truth, her sadness, her joy, her confusion, without being dismissed or misunderstood. This form of safety allows her to open up more deeply, because emotional connection always precedes physical intimacy. Without attunement, even the most passionate encounters can feel hollow, but when a man listens with empathy, when his presence says "I'm here with you," she feels desired not just as a body but as a being. Emotional attunement also requires vulnerability on the man's part. It asks him to slow down, to put aside the instinct to respond or fix, and to simply feel. It's about tuning into the emotional rhythm between two people, the unspoken music that plays in every relationship. This isn't weakness, it's emotional intelligence in its purest form. When you're attuned, you notice when she needs closeness and when she needs space. You can sense the energy between you shift without her having to explain it. This sensitivity builds trust because it communicates something far more powerful than words ever could. I see you, I understand you, I'm with you. This kind of awareness turns ordinary moments into moments of intimacy. When you can match her energy, respond to her emotions rather than react to them, you create harmony instead of tension. Emotional attunement transforms connection from something mechanical into something magnetic. It's the foundation upon which true intimacy is built, because it bridges the invisible gap between two hearts, allowing both to feel understood and profoundly alive. The power of genuine curiosity in building intimacy lies in the way it invites connection without pressure or pretense. Curiosity is not interrogation, nor is it about collecting facts. It's about the desire to know someone beyond what they show on the surface. It's about listening not just to the story, but to the emotion beneath it. When a man approaches a woman with genuine curiosity, he signals that he values her inner world, not merely her appearance or behavior. He wants to understand. Many men mistake curiosity for questioning, but true curiosity is rooted in openness, not analysis. It doesn't demand answers, it invites exploration. It says, "I want to understand your experience, not define it." This type of attention softens the walls people build around their emotions. Women, in particular, respond deeply to it because it allows them to be both known and mysterious at the same time. It turns conversation into discovery, and discovery into intimacy. When curiosity is present, silence is no longer awkward, it becomes fertile, filled with possibility. Every word exchanged carries emotional weight because it is backed by a genuine desire to connect. Curiosity also keeps relationships alive, dynamic, and evolving. It reminds both partners that there is always more to learn about each other, that no one is ever fully known. The most enduring connections are those that never stop being curious, where partners continue to ask, to notice, to wonder. It prevents love from becoming routine because it nurtures fascination, the quiet flame of intrigue that keeps attraction alive long after the initial passion fades. In these moments, curiosity becomes the bridge between familiarity and mystery, between comfort and desire. A man who is genuinely curious about a woman's emotions, thoughts, and experiences creates an atmosphere of emotional safety where she feels free to reveal more of herself. This is where true intimacy begins, not in shared activities or gestures, but in the deep acknowledgement of another person's inner world. Genuine curiosity requires presence, patience, and humility. It's not about having the right words, but the right attention. When curiosity replaces assumption, when questions replace certainty, love becomes a living conversation, an unfolding journey rather than a destination. The quiet seduction of confidence that listens, not dominates, is one of the most magnetic qualities a man can possess. It is not the loud, performative confidence that tries to prove worth through words or status, but the calm, grounded presence that needs no validation. This kind of confidence doesn't compete for attention, it commands it naturally. When a man listens with confidence, his silence carries strength. He doesn't rush to fill the space, to impress, or to correct. Instead, he allows the moment to breathe. That stillness tells a woman she can relax in his presence, that he's secure enough to hold space for her thoughts and emotions without feeling threatened or defensive. It's in that quiet assurance that a woman feels both respected and desired, because she senses that his attention is not a performance, it's genuine. Confidence that listens is rooted in emotional maturity. It reflects a man who knows himself well enough not to be unsettled by the complexities of another. When he listens, he's not waiting for his turn to speak, he's absorbing, understanding, attuning. He doesn't need to dominate the conversation to feel powerful. He recognizes that real power often exists in restraint. This form of confidence disarms defensiveness, builds trust, and creates emotional depth. Women are instinctively drawn to it because it feels both protective and freeing. It allows her to be expressive without being judged, to be strong without being silenced. A confident listener creates intimacy not through words, but through presence. His eye contact, his calm tone, his subtle gestures all convey attentiveness. He listens not to respond, but to connect. When she speaks, she feels heard, not managed. This difference is profound because most people are used to conversations that revolve around competition rather than connection. But when a man listens with quiet confidence, it shifts the dynamic entirely. It shows that he is not trying to win her over, he is simply being with her, fully and without agenda. Such confidence doesn't mean passivity, it means choosing presence over performance. It means trusting that his authenticity is enough, that he doesn't have to impress to be valued. This energy is deeply attractive because it evokes emotional safety while maintaining masculine allure. A woman feels that she can lean into the conversation, into the silence, into the moment, without losing herself. That is the essence of true seduction, the meeting of two people who don't seek control, but connection. Confidence that listens allows desire to flow effortlessly because it creates an invisible rhythm between words and pauses, between expression and understanding, where intimacy naturally unfolds. The irresistible allure of unpredictability and playfulness in connection lies in the way it keeps desire alive, breathing, and spontaneous. Predictability often brings comfort, but too much of it can dull the emotional and sensual spark that makes relationships feel alive. Unpredictability, when expressed with care and emotional awareness, introduces mystery and excitement, the feeling that not everything is known, that something new is always waiting to be discovered. It's not about manipulation or inconsistency, but about keeping curiosity awake. A playful remark, a spontaneous gesture, a sudden change in tone or plan, these small moments remind a woman that love can still surprise her. They keep the emotional rhythm fresh and alive, making her feel that being with him is not a routine, but an experience. Playfulness, at its core, is emotional freedom. It allows both people to step outside of their guarded selves and reconnect with the lightness of attraction. It's the laughter that breaks tension, the teasing that flirts without offending, the unpredictability that makes her eyes sparkle with anticipation. When a man can balance seriousness with play, depth with spontaneity, he creates a dynamic space where intimacy thrives. This kind of energy communicates that he is comfortable in his own skin, that he doesn't take himself too seriously, and that he can dance between vulnerability and confidence effortlessly. It reminds her that attraction is not just about passion, it's about joy, curiosity, and shared adventure. Unpredictability also keeps emotional engagement alive because it resists stagnation. Relationships often lose their spark when everything becomes expected and routine. When a man brings a sense of play, when he dares to be surprising in kind and thoughtful ways, he reawakens the excitement that drew them together in the first place. It could be as simple as an unexpected compliment, a change in plans, or a playful challenge that draws her out of her comfort zone. These gestures don't need to be grand, they just need to carry intention. They remind her that connection can still feel new even after time has passed. Playfulness is magnetic because it carries an undertone of confidence and lightheartedness. It creates emotional movement, the sense that love is not static but evolving. A woman feels desired not only because he wants her, but because he enjoys her, because he finds delight in who she is. The unpredictability of genuine play invites her to let go, to be herself without fear of judgment. It is that spontaneous exchange of laughter and curiosity that keeps the flame of attraction alive, not by force, but by the natural rhythm of two people who find joy in discovering each other again and again. The deep emotional safety that allows desire to unfold naturally is one of the most powerful yet misunderstood elements of intimacy. Many believe that passion thrives on chaos, but in truth, genuine desire needs security to fully bloom. Emotional safety is not about being perfect or avoiding conflict, it is about creating a space where both people feel free to be authentic without fear of rejection or judgment. When a woman senses that she can express her emotions, her vulnerabilities, and even her contradictions without being shamed or dismissed, she begins to relax into the connection. That relaxation is what opens the door to true intimacy. Desire doesn't emerge from pressure or performance, it arises when two people can be present with one another without pretense. Emotional safety allows her to let go of her guard. It tells her she can be both strong and soft, both confident and uncertain. When a man provides that emotional environment, he becomes more than just a partner, he becomes a sanctuary. His calm presence tells her that he can hold her emotions without losing his own center. It's not about fixing what she feels, it's about witnessing it, validating it, and staying grounded in the face of it. This kind of stability creates trust, and trust is the soil in which desire grows. Without it, attraction becomes fragile and fleeting. With it, passion deepens over time, because safety gives her the freedom to explore the edges of her vulnerability and her sensuality. Many people mistake emotional safety for predictability, but they are not the same. Predictability can be dull, while safety is grounding. Safety gives permission for play, for risk, for openness, because she knows that no matter how intense the moment becomes, she is not emotionally alone. When a woman feels emotionally safe, her body relaxes, her voice softens, her eyes open wider, she is no longer guarding herself from disappointment or rejection. She becomes more receptive, more expressive, and more connected. That is when true passion ignites, because it comes from trust, not tension. Emotional safety also strengthens attraction because it makes vulnerability feel rewarding instead of frightening. It transforms moments of uncertainty into opportunities for closeness. A man who can listen without reacting defensively, who can hold discomfort without withdrawing, becomes deeply attractive on an instinctive level. He represents stability in a world that often feels chaotic. In his presence, she can surrender not in weakness, but in confidence. The emotional safety he offers allows desire to flow freely, because when the heart feels secure, the body and soul follow with ease and authenticity.